So I'll bring the camera over a little bit further, and I just want to show you this idea that I have. Bring that down. No, bring it up. There we go. A little bit higher up, and I'll turn around a bit. All right. So you probably can't see my palette much, so maybe I'll bring it back a bit. There we go. I've more leftover paints here from the classes on the weekend and last week, so I'll see what I've got left. Now, my issue is there's a couple of things that was really hard to do when we were painting, and that is with wet paint to get all the lovely soft rays. I didn't actually achieve it very well here on this one. And so I'll show you this other one. So I end up with about 4 paintings a week. So this one here I got achieved a bit more sort of sun rays coming through the dust. But it is certainly a lot easier to do when the paint is a bit drier. So I'll just pick up a little bit of paint here. We used cadmium orange, which was just so lovely. I don't need a lot of paint, but now that it's dry, it's so much easier to do. And so I'm just going to scumble. So this is a rubbing technique here called scumbling, just rubbing backwards and forwards with hardly any paint, and that way I can get that lovely softness of the rays. Now I really want to emphasize to everyone how the rays change, and you might think that's common sense, but when you go to do a painting, a lot of these things just kind of fly out the window and you forget. So it's like a clock hand. So the ray will be there, say the sun's there, then it turns, then it turns, and then it turns in this situation, I suppose. So I'm going to pop one over here. I might make it a little bit lighter as well. Probably should have got a little mic so you can hear me a bit better, but one of these days I'll improve. So I'll get a little bit through there. So just that softness of the rays. And of course they do spread out as well, like that. So I don't need to have a lot, just a bit like that. The other thing, so that was much easier to do while it was drier. And so the other thing is to either use, let's get my brushes, a small kind of liner brush, I suppose, or I probably prefer this one, which is a really, really flat Taklon. Don't know if you can see that there. It's a really tiny one. It's a size 1/16. So it is a flat Taklon. But what I'm going to do is open up the trees. So I'm going to bring in some blue and white, try and match up my sky colour again. Just a very soft cobalt blue, and come in. So you can see how bulky that is. That's not really Australian gum trees, but I think even other trees, just to open them up and have that little bit of sky coming through is much more natural. So I love to do little lines like this. I'll give you a close-up look in a sec. Just pick up a little bit more blue, and so I'll lean on my little finger there. Oh, that's probably a bit too blue. I guess being irregular and also, you know, not having it too neat. So I've got nice little lines there in a row. So I might make some a bit longer like that. Maybe make it a bit more opened up. I can always put more back on again if I overdo it. And so now we're coming down where it's a little pinker. Pop some little bits in. It really helps to just stop that really bulk of trees there. It's really solid. So a few more little marks. And so yeah, just pop in bits. It's quite dry considering it's only a few days. I think oil painting paper can do that though. It can make the paint dry quickly. So people who complain about oil paint being slow drying, it's not the case on this, and I just don't have a problem with it slow drying at all. I like the time to play with it. You see how I'm just might do a bit of a bulky bit now, bigger bit that's open. And if I come into there, I've got to have the softer yellow colour again, just coming back in, just behind what's there. There's a few little bits, maybe bits, so that you go around a tree trunk or a branch, and it just looks, I like the technique of it. It can be a little bit overdone, of course. I think I'm on the verge of overdoing it quite a bit, so just pop that in. And the other thing I didn't finish off all that well was that final little bit of grass and light on the grass. So just popping little flicks up, that extra little bit of light just there. And maybe some over here, who knows. And just a little finishing off bits. It's incredibly dry now. So anyway, and I'll sign it. Thank you. Okay, cheers. Oh, maybe I'll just have a little bit closer look. I'll just pop my paint down so you can see a little bit closer. I don't know if you like it, the tree there with the opening out a little bit more. I think it looks better. But anyway, everyone has a different opinion. Cheers, everybody.